Being Human is a BBC supernatural drama. The narrative is linear. Within 20 seconds of the scene, we see an unusual camera shot in which the camera seems to almost spin around Rook's face quite slowly, which fits in with the theme of the story being very controversial and unusual. In this scene, there is a lot of dramatic, non-diegetic music played throughout to heighten the intensity of the drama. This is typical because dramas are made to seem as dramatic as possible without making it non-believable. As loud, non-diegetic orchestral music is played when the devil re-enters Rook's body, this gives the impression that something bad or scary is happening. Shot reverse shot is also used between Hal and Rook to show the panic of the scene and show the terror on their faces. Also, it is mostly mid-shots and close-ups used in this scene to explain what's happening. The devil has overtook Rook's body, and to show this we have to see how he uses his hands to make wind appear and to make Hal become in pain. The lighting is also quite low key, which represents the fact that these are demonic characters that are dark and sinister. There is also a cross of pedding and tilting when Rook lifts his head up to show his red eyes. This can be used to represent how powerful the subject is, which in this case is quite powerful. Also, the editing in this shot is important because it looks like there is sound waves coming from Rook's mouth and booming across the room. Most of the shots in this scene are very focused on the main character's face. This would be done to show how emotional they are. It's a very distressing time for them. This is very typical of a drama because they are focused around people. The effect that this would have on the audience would be quite distressing and intense, as the situation and storyline is quite scary and unusual. Broadchurch is a crime drama, and the narrative is also linear. At the beginning of the scene, we see a man and two detectives entering an interview room at a police station. The first shot is in slow motion, which gives a sad, slow feeling to the scene. Instantly, we can see the lighting is low-key, even though it's clear the scene has been filmed during the day. The low-key lighting shows the eerie and creepy tone behind the scene. Mostly shot, reverse shot, and mid-shots are used in this scene, with the occasional close-up. These kind of shots are used to show body language and facial expressions in the characters. Because crime dramas are based on real people, real events, real things that are happening in life right now, it's important to get a good impression from the characters' faces so the audience can relate to them more and show more empathy and really understand the story a lot more. A lot of close-ups are used on Mark Latimer's face, which is the man who's being interviewed, to show how panicky he is about getting questions about his son's death. Shot reverse shot is used to quickly show each character's face and expressions. There's no music at all played in this clip, which is quite unusual, because mostly in crime dramas you'd hear like quite intense questioning music to make it more thrilling. Diegetic sounds are played throughout the scene though, stuff like you can hear the waves crashing because they're obviously a seaside resort. You can hear seagulls and birds flying around outside making noises. This might have been done to show the realism and to again help the audience relate to the story more. The storyline is quite a depressing one, and with everything else added in, I think the scene would have a massive effect on the audience and make them all feel a lot sorry for the characters. Now, Charmed is another supernatural drama. This is based around three sisters. The narrative again is also linear. The lighting in this program is really mostly very high key because it's about everything good in the world, all good magic and trying to rid the world of evil. There's a lot of special effects always used in this program because they need to obviously perform magic and transport to places, but especially in this clip, when the witch, the woman in it, Paige, casts a spell, we see green orbs flying around her, and she magically is transported to an open field with a leprechaun. A lot of wide shots are used in this clip because there is a fight scene, So the audience needs to see the full extent of the fight and to really understand what's going on. A lot of close-ups used on Paige and the demon who has attacked them, especially in the demon, to show his frustration and confusion that this witch has got away from him. Facial expressions, again, really help the audience to relate to the characters, so it's important to see them quite a lot. And to add more depth to the character as well, to make them more believable. Shot versus shot is used typically in single camera productions when conversations are happening, to get both sides the story more clearly. See their characters' reactions and responses. This is really important as well, to understand what's going on. Non-diegetic sounds are played usually, especially when special effects happens, like when Paige casts a spell, has green orbs flying around, and you hear like this magical uplifting sound. When she gets to the open field, like a kind of upbeat major tone sounding orchestral music is played, because she's been transported to somewhere good. And then when this demon comes and attacks them, you hear like quite sinister, dramatic music played, so you understand that something bad is about to happen. Again, this would be done to really heighten the dramaticness in the scene. This would have quite a startling effect on the audience. Yeah.